Hello, everybody. It's Amber Kivít here with Lifepro. I am here in my gym. I've got a medical facility in which I provide pain relief is my specialty niche. And being part of Lifepro gives me a lot of advantages with being able to be way ahead of the curve and information as to how we can make a difference in so many lives. But today it is all about aging, truly aging younger as the years roll on. Our bodies aren't able to keep up with the same amount of energy that we are expecting our bodies to keep up with. And so I want to make sure that you have some kind of leadership guidelines as to how you can incorporate your little mini workouts from the convenience of your home. Today, we will be featuring the JumpTrack Rebounder. So we're going to be doing a little bit of rebounding. We're going to be doing some vibing on the Rumblex 40 Plus. And then I've got our new PowerStone Adjustable Kettlebell that we just launched yesterday for the first time. It is located over there in the corner. I've got the smaller version. We also have the adjustable dumbbells that Lifepro's had on the market for a few years. Got those over there. And then some of my favorite little tips, tricks, tools that I've used for all of my videos dating back to 2020. So you're going to see me using a variety. We have I call it the Amber Squishy Ball. It is a 9-inch Pilates bar ball. You can get these on Amazon for $10 or less. And the idea is to try and pop the ball by using your muscles to squeeze and compress. I've also got the Lifepro mini loop bands that come with your Lifepro vibration plates. And I've got the Mark Bell hip circle, also known as a slingshot booty band. You can get all these things on Amazon if you're interested. You don't have to have these items though. If you're wanting to find something that you can squeeze and compress with your muscles, instead of using an Amber Squishy Ball, you can use a towel or a blanket that's rolled up. But if you find something that has a little give to it, it's all about creating resistance for your muscles. As we get older, we want to make sure that our heart is healthy, our lungs are healthy, and that our lower body strength, specifically lower body strength, stays nice and strong, and that we're maintaining lean muscle mass in the lower body. Because if you can't get around and move with your legs, then the rest of the body doesn't metabolize. But doesn't mean we shouldn't focus on upper body. So we're going to do a little bit of that as well too. But we do want to make sure that we're taking care of our heart, our lungs, and our lower body. So we're going to be combining that today into a variety of different combinations. Don't worry if you don't have any of these products, it's okay, because I'm going to split this up into 3 10-minute express workouts. So if you're interested in joining me for a vibration plate workout, grab your stuff and go. If you don't have a vibration plate, you can still do the exercises with me as if you are vibrating at the same time. Why does the vibration plate matter? Well, if you're on it, it is stimulating up to 90% of your muscles to twitch and move like they're supposed to, as we would with exercise. And it does that 10 to 50 times per second without the brain providing the electrical signal command for our bodies to respond that way. So it is a stimulant. I call it the magic machine. It gets our muscles to fire and to develop and to grow and to balance without us actually having to think about it actually happening. It just happens as a response to the vibration itself. So if you don't have a vibration plate, it's okay. You can still do some of these exercises from the convenience of having just some little tools in your space. And if you don't have tools in your space, just get up and get moving with us. If you don't have one of our new JumpTrack Rebounders, it's okay. You can still do some of those movements, stepping in place. We're not going to be jogging high knees. We might just be marching or a little tip tap, trying to simulate what it would be like, almost like a kickboxing workout, because we do know that if you've had Parkinson's or if you have an autoimmune disease, that certain exercises are really good for conditioning the brain and improving neuroplasticity, which is our brain's ability to respond to stimulus around us and reaction timing. So just really being in tune and our mind being able to tell our body and our brain what we want to do and it actually converting and taking action. So if you don't have a rebounder at home, that's okay. We still have those available on our website. And if you are not familiar with why these two combinations of products are so essential for the aging group, I'm going to say 40 and older. I'm 47. I have learned the hard way, exercising hard and trying to beat out the calories in, calories out is actually really unhealthy for you and causes a lot of additional health problems. I actually tried to out-train the bad diet because I didn't want to give up my favorite foods, and it really backfired. So you cannot out-train a bad diet, and you can exercise too much. So we're going to try and push the kind of the narrative, if you want to. It is according to all the most recent research, which I acquired in person with the scientists who are studying this, that it is better to do a couple of express workouts, getting the heart rate up and letting it recover, letting our bodies get warmed up and adjusted, and doing those not all at once, but doing them spread out throughout the day. So if you want to knock out 30 minutes of a workout all at once, all the power to you. It's not going to hurt you. But if you're wanting to keep that metabolism excited over the period of the whole day, if you can squeeze in walking up and down some stairs, if you can walk from your car to the shopping center from the furthest point out, these little additional spurts of energy will help in long-term metabolism increase, which also reduces inflammation, because as we keep our heart elevated at a percentage of max heart rate over that 75-80% max heart rate for more than 20-30 minutes. 20 minutes is kind of the kickoff switch. 30 minutes is pushing it. We actually increase the hormones in our body that create more inflammation, because that's what has to happen in order to keep our body go. And we don't get to take advantage of the hormones that actually help us to heal. So we want to make sure we're maximizing that. We can do that by continuing to do the exercises, bringing the intensity down a little bit and having a little bit of recovery time in there. So if you are not familiar with exercising, or you're dreading the whole process of getting back into your exercise routine, don't worry, I'm going to go easy on you. We're going to start as a beginner, and I'm going to ease you into what feels comfortable. And then if you want to make it harder, then you can increase the intensity by adding more weight or turning on your own music and going with a different level of speed or intensity. But I had somebody reach out to me personally because I give my phone number out online. And so if you have questions about your exercise routines, or if you are worried, like we're teaching you how to do some of these exercises, but you're really struggling with being able to do them at home because you're in a wheelchair, or because you can't stand on your own for a long period of time, or because you've had a surgery, or you just don't feel safe trying some of these things, please make sure and let us know that. Share that with us in the comments section so that we can really help out with you feeling better, because that's what we're here for. We're truly here to being able to maximize the opportunity for you to work on your health wellness from the convenience of home. And being a certified strength conditioning coach, as long as I've been in the sports medicine world as a licensed medical professional, over 25 years, we definitely are outfitting you with the right resources, with the up-to-date information, generally ahead of the curve, and making sure that you feel safe at home. So nice to see you all today joining in. It's always a joy. I look forward to this every week, being able to connect with you and knowing that what I'm sharing with you is going to get uploaded to YouTube and our Facebook VIP groups. If you're not part of that VIP group yet, make sure that you go to the Lifepro VIP group. All you have to have is purchase one of our products. If you don't already have a product, you just have to show your order number in order to get through the channels. But if you already have one of our products, then you're already in. You just have to join, and you'll find all of this, all these resources, great community there. And we're here to truly help you and maximize our impact in your life, in making your life as wonderful as it can possibly be, in a time where you might not feel safe to ask for help, or maybe you've asked for help elsewhere and it hasn't come through for you. So we're here to help. So make sure and share with us where your needs are. Today, so I just launched the PowerStone Adjustable Kettlebell, which is right over there in the corner. I will pull that in for some basics if those of you probably don't have that just yet, because it was just released this week. But in that package comes this elaborate poster of all the different kettlebell exercises that you can do. Kettlebells are very intimidating for a lot of people. So I'm just gonna dabble in it just a little bit, just to show you some easy ways in which you can use a kettlebell. If you don't have the PowerStone at home and you have your own kettlebell, or you have a dumbbell, or you You just have you. Who cares? Just go through the motions with me and have some fun. I don't have music today in the background, as we found that a lot of people don't enjoy having music in the background for whatever personal reasons. It's not a big deal. I'm just making sure that we can cater to everybody. So we're going to do 10-minute express workouts. I will stop after the 10 minutes and make sure and give you an opportunity to grab some water and readjust. So we're going to do 10 minutes of vibing, 10 minutes of bouncing, and then 10 minutes of just teaching you just some things about breathing, and some of that might be through relaxation on the vibration plate. So grab your things. If you don't have things, then stay tuned and observe and try and engage at home and have some fun, because this is truly about aging younger as the years roll forward. So over 35 years of age, I don't like to call you all senior citizens because we're all masters athletes at the end of the day. But I love working with this audience of people, because that's where my career started back in the early 2000s, was working with the senior citizen population. So I love hanging with seniors. But that doesn't negate those of us that are in our 40s. I'm thinking the 40s is the new 30s. That's how I'm living my life right now anyways. But anyhow, let's have some fun, and make sure you got your water handy, and we'll go ahead and get started on your vibration plate. I'm going to use the Rumblex Plus, and I'm going to use the P2 preset program. You can choose whatever preset program you have with whatever vibration plate you have. Choose air to the side of higher is going to be more effective if you're wanting more change faster. If you don't feel safe going at faster speeds, then just start at a low level of just getting balanced. But our body loves to have change to the brain. That neuroplasticity goes up. So if you're on manual mode and just trying to get those 3 motors rumbling all at the same time at high speed, or those 2 motors maxing out, if your body gets used to that, it will no longer adjust and adapt. So that's why I love our preset programs, because you never know what's coming. You always got to adjust and adapt. I'm setting up my timer here because the timer on some of your vibration plates might be 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So I want to make sure I stay on at 10 minutes and make sure, there we go. So I've got that in play, but I'm going to choose the P2 program. It's my favorite on the Rumblex Plus. I had somebody ask me the other day, Amber, I'm wanting to do some pelvic floor strengthening, wanting to work these muscles here on the inner thigh, and I'm used to doing the Kegels, but I'm really not feeling things. And so if you have had any kind of an abdominal surgery, whether you're a male or a female, the first thing that you're going to lose is the ability to use the pelvic floor, which is basically all the muscles that hold up our pelvic girdle, so crotch and up to ribs, is going to be pelvic floor, creating energy up and down like a vibration. If you're not familiar with doing Kegels, are not considered necessarily the pelvic floor. They do work, yes, but pelvic floor is a hammock of muscles inside of our pelvis that helps in absorbing energy up through our leg muscles, and then that energy vibrates off of this umbrella that we call the diaphragm. And when it vibrates back and forth off of that, if there's no pelvic floor firing, the energy is lost, and then you have to use these muscles back here in order to make up the difference. So if you're struggling with back pain, you're struggling with hip pain, or pain that wraps around, you've got sciatica, all of that is related to pelvic floor not firing. So I'm going to teach you some different strategies in which you can get some of that going. And what I want you to remember, when you have the Amber Squishy Ball, it helps to activate those muscles a little bit better. What you have to make sure of, and I'm going to do a quickie demo here first, when you put the ball in between your legs, if you go ball up high, think birthing the ball, versus ball down to the knees, the amount of energy that you're using on these inner thigh muscles is very different based on where you position that ball, how close it is to your center, or how far away it is from your body. And so again, we're trying to aim to pop the ball. Promise you won't pop this one. But the most important thing is when I do these exercises with people in a corrective exercise manner for spine pain, because this is the #1 way to reduce spine pain or back pain. When I have them squeeze and hold, or squeeze and pulse, their neck, it gets really big. So if you can see veins coming out of your neck, you're breathing up here instead of down here. So as you are squeezing that ball, I want you to be breathing in, and when you breathe in, your tummy should actually get bigger, okay? When you are breathing in through your nose, your tummy should get bigger, and when you blow out, your tummy should shrink. If you feel the breathing, the breath work is causing your chest to rise and fall a lot more, you're not using your pelvic floor, because it is impossible to use your pelvic floor and reactively breathe up top at the same time effectively, okay? It is possible to fire it all at the same time, but not effectively. So when you are squeezing and pulsing this ball, I'll have you hold, and we're gonna breathe in, and we're gonna blow out as long as you possibly can. And here's what's really cool. If you are talking to Amber out loud from your living room or wherever it is that you're at, if you're talking to me out loud saying, yes, I love that exercise, or yes, I can feel the burn. If you can talk out loud, you're breathing through the diaphragm, okay? So if you're remaining silent, just make sure that you're not feeling tension in your neck. If you're feeling tension in your neck when you're doing the breathing, it's coming from up here, not from down here, which means you're not doing it right. So it's okay, we'll work through it, but I wanna make sure and give you that little side note so that when we get going, as I'm telling this to you, you're not wondering, what on earth is she talking about, okay? So if you know that your neck is getting big, and you can see the veins coming out, and you're like feeling all this tension, we don't want that. We want the tension from here to here in the core power zone, okay? Sound good? Thumbs up. Happy to see you all today. All right. I'm going to grab my swig of water, so make sure you got your water handy because water is where it's at. I'm actually wearing shoes today. Normally don't wear shoes, but I'm gonna wear shoes on the vibration plate, and then we're just gonna jump right on into the jump track. You have to wear shoes, or you should wear shoes on the jump track, or socks that have a little bit of grip to them so that you don't slip and slide across the jump track, especially if it gets a little sweaty. So we will plan on that. Now, I'm gonna move the adjustable new kettlebell. This is the PowerStone. I'm gonna position it right here in front of the vibe plate so that I can pick it up and just run with it, okay? Wanna make sure everybody can see everything okay, and we are launched and ready for action. So here we go. I am starting the timer now. Well, I was starting the timer. I just started 2 timers. We don't want 2 timers. Timer is on, so we're good to go. Okay, choose your program, whichever one you like. And let's just get on board, literally on the board. Let's go ahead and get on here. And what I want you to do is just roll those shoulders back. It's about aging younger. So yes, the machine is causing things to fire. This is what we want. We want the machine to work for us. So that we can work smarter, not harder, right? So rolling those shoulders back. I want you to hold, I want you to grab those hands from behind. If you can grab those hands from behind like that, even better. And I just want you to keep your knees nice and soft. I want you to just look side to side. Side to side. As we are vibing together, side to side, again, tilting side to side. It's not about generating a sweat or killing ourselves in the process of trying to feel our best. It's about keeping our body in motion. Movement is medicine, motion is lotion. Okay? You're gonna draw big circles with your neck, with your head, if you can. However that should work for you. And again, as we are pulling our arms back, we're stretching out these chest muscles, which cause a lot of tension in our neck and in our jaw. We're going back the other way. Good, good, good. Okay, roll the shoulders, roll them back. Good. Let's go forward. Body loves spirals and circles. Spirals and circles is what it's all about. Okay, from here, I want you to draw big circles with your booty, okay? Big butt circles. Getting those hips opened up, getting the blood flowing through our limbs, getting our back loosened up a little bit. If you feel a little stiff, feel a little tension with this, that's okay. Body very resistant to change, especially when it's stiff and it's comfortable being tight. You're not comfortable being tight though, that's the difference. Okay, let's roly-poly the other way. Good, if you want to add a little twisty moves with the arms, you can do that. Let's go the other way. And yes, it looks easy from my standpoint, but you do what works for you. If you just want to bop it up, you can bop side to side. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and bop. Think about shut the door, swing that door with the hips, swing that door shut with the hips, just side to side, boom, boom, right? We're getting those hips moving. Super important if you're feeling booty pain, hip pain, back pain. It's all about getting our hips to sway and open up a little bit more, okay? Now, from here, watch it here, we're gonna sit back like we're getting on the toilet, and we're gonna squeeze our cheeks really tight as we push forward. So hips are forward, sitting back, pushing forward. And if you can't go opening up here, that's all right. Hands down, squeeze top. If you are in a seated position, okay, it's body forward, so rounding out, chest open high in a seated position, okay? So let's have a seat, squeeze booty, open up. Push those hips forward through the wall. Sit back on the toilet. Good. Stand up. And if you want to use those hands behind your hips because you're just feeling a little more safe and secure, you can do that. You just put your hands wherever you like. Good. Squeeze and push forward. Hips back. Stand and squeeze forward. Good. Now, let's pretend like you're in a seated position. We're going to roll forward, and then we're going to open up tall. We're going to roll forward, and we're going to open up nice and tall, okay? We're going to reach forward, aiming for our foot. Pull yourself back up. Stay in that seated position. Reach for the other foot. Sitting up nice and tall. Coming back across. Do this one more each time. Pulling up nice and tall. Yep, my legs are already burning. Good, standing up nice and tall, okay? Now, if you happen to have a kettlebell, grab it. If you have weights, grab those. Right now, I've got this set at 10 pounds, so we're just going to reach forward to putting it on the ground, pulling it right back up, stand nice and tall, just like I had you doing in the warm-up. So when you reach forward, you're sitting down on the toilet. When you stand up, you're squeezing those hips forward and opening up your chest. So we're not here. We're not finishing here. We're squeezing Benjamin Franklin $100 bill in our butt crack. Open up nice and tall. Chest is open. Sit down, toilet. Stand, squeeze tushy, okay? That's what it should look like. All right, so let's do that again. Reach down for the floor. Stand tall. Nice and tall. Good. Reach down for the floor. Sit on that toilet. Stand nice and tall. Open those chest muscles up. Squeeze that butt like you're holding Benjamin with your booty. Good. Now, let's reach over one direction like we're touching our foot. Stand nice and tall. Reaching for the other side. Standing nice and tall. Now, again, I've only got 10 pounds here. So I'm going to increase the ante. Now we got 16, okay? So we're going to reach forward, stand tall. Reach forward, stand tall. And if you can't reach all the way to the ground, that's okay. We just work with what we can, all right? Now, if you are in a seated position and you are not able to stand, here's where you're going to change things up a little bit. If you have your kettlebell, you're going to hold the kettlebell right by your heart. We're going to lean forward. We're going to push high into the sky. And if you can stand, you can join me in doing this. We're going to reach forward and push that kettlebell high into the sky. So what it's going to look like if you're in a seated position, okay? We're in a seated position. We're holding the kettlebell close to our heart or our weight close to our heart. We're going to lean forward, and then we're going to sit tall and push that kettlebell or that dumbbell overhead. Leaning forward, pushing high overhead, okay? Got to keep those arms and those hands nice and strong. If you're able to stand, let's do this together. So we're leaning forward, push high. Good. Reaching forward, pushing high. Now here's the challenge. If you are in your 60s, 70s, and you're in a wheelchair, or you're not able to move a whole lot, I don't want you to drop this weight so far down. We don't want to round our back. We want to keep our back flat. And then when we come up, and you don't even have to lean forward with the weight down. If you are leaning forward, keep that, we call this, in this position, we call this the goblet hold, okay? So keeping it close to our heart. Imagine that this is full of your favorite drink. We don't want to spill the drink. We want to keep it nice and level, pushing high overhead, okay? Keeping it nice and close to your heart. So when we're bending forward, close to our heart, nice and tall. If you arch your back, when you go to try and come up, these muscles are gonna become overstraining and they're not gonna like you very much. Let's not do that. Now let's put this sequence together, okay? We start with everything hanging. We're gonna drop down, squeeze nice and tall, bring it up to our heart, lean, press high, okay? I'm gonna increase my weight because that is super easy for me. You increase it to whatever you want, okay? So we're standing nice and tall, sit on the toilet, reach that kettlebell down to the ground, stand nice and tall, squeeze those cheeks forward, nice tight booty. Kettlebell or weight comes up to your chest, keeping it close to your heart as you lean forward, push over high. Yes, total body right here. Sitting down, bringing it up, pulling it up to chest, overhead. Now we're gonna reach for one side, standing tall, reaching chest, lift. Other side, reaching for the foot, standing back up, comes to the heart, reaching overhead. Now I'm starting to sweat. That means the heart rate is high enough that we're in fat calorie burning mode. That's a beautiful thing. Overhead. Reaching across, back to, whoops, I went from here to here, which by the way you can do. So let's go through that pattern. Before it was here, stand tall, bring it up to your chest, and then push it overhead. If you want to try what I just did, we're reaching for the ground, bring it up high, and then go, okay? Reaching for the ground, pulling it to heart when you come up using momentum, then overhead. Now, if you got a bum shoulder and your shoulder's bothering you on this, then we don't go overhead. We go reach for the ground, bring it to heart. Reach for the ground, bring it to heart, okay? Because you're gonna have to use your body and its strength in order to carry those groceries inside from off the ground. That was our first 10 minutes. So those are just some basic sequences that you can use with whatever kind of vibration board, whatever resistance you have. You don't have to have a kettlebell. You can have whatever, you can use a jug of milk. Take a jug, fill it up with water. Sandbags, you can use anything, okay? So I'm going to move our weight out of the way because we're not going to be using weight when we jump, or bounce, I should say. So we're going to move vibration plate away, and we're going to make the JumpTrack front and center. Super light, easy to move around. If you don't have one of these yet, they're so much fun. So good for you too. All right, grab yourself a drink. Now, on the jump track, let's go over some basics. It's not about how high you jump. It's not a matter of how many times you bounce. I'm gonna take this shirt off so you can see frame-wise. So when we get on here, okay, you don't have to jump at all. You can just bounce. You can just bounce and have fun. This is so much fun, okay? If you don't want to leave the mat, the jump mat, then you can step touch, and you're still gonna get a little bit of bounce. Why is this important? Well, we've already started with the vibe. The vibe shakes everything up, breaks everything free. Tension gone. Muscles are now hydrated. Muscles are now excited for restructuring, okay? Connective tissue ready for restructuring. What does that mean to all of you, and why does it matter? Let me show you a picture of what the mush looks like as we get older. It has nothing to do with whether we're, whether we've got lean body mass or whether we're dehydrated. Our body gets gunky after a while. And so I want to show you what it looks like. So when we get older or less active, our body starts to look like this side right here, where our connective tissue is all in tangles, okay? We want it to look like that, okay? We're starting with it looking like that, and the goal is to get it looking like that. Now, what causes this transformation? Jumping. But at our age, especially if you've got osteoporosis, you have to be really careful jumping in contact with hard, solid concrete ground because it can cause more inflammation. So that's where the rebounders come into play. Again, another great visualization. We want the tissue to look like that, and it looks more like that as we get older. So we can reverse that and we can restructure it, and that's why we're here. So vibration breaks it free, stimulates it, makes it excited that we're now ready to change things up. And as we continue to work our bodies, that's another representation of this. As we are working our bodies, as we sit more, doesn't matter how old you are, as we sit more, it looks like tangled yarn. And as we are more ballistic, more dynamic, more jumpy, becomes more like fishnet stockings dipped in springability jello is like what I like to think of it. So we want to make sure that we are stimulating first, and then we are restructuring, reshaping by the springability. But for us as we get older, because of impact on the joints, impact in our knees, in contact with the ground, professional athletes, in order to regenerate this springy tissue, instead of, as we get older, their bodies can handle less and less heavy weightlifting. They actually are doing this in swimming pools. So they're able to bounce in the water of the swimming pool against resistance of water, and they're actually taking heavy weights into the pool with them, and they're actually doing their weightlifting in deep swimming pools so that they're preserving their joints. We're doing it on a rebounder. So that's what we're gonna do. So setting the timer, another 10 minutes, because this does not have a timer. So again, I want you to just remember, make sure you have on shoes, make sure that your space is free and clear all the way around you. And if you don't want to follow my lead in doing some of this, you don't have to, that's okay. And if you are interested in using free weights, okay, get yourself some dumbbells. I'm not using anything heavier than 5 pounds. We're gonna take the dumbbells onto the rebounder through part of it after we get started, and I'll put you guys through some boxing, some kickboxing type movements, because we do know that kickboxing is really good for autoimmune disease and those who are suffering from Parkinson's. We're able to get our palms excited and our feet excited, which is what brings the information into our brain. So here we go. 10 minutes beginning. Okay, so let's bounce. Now, I've got the handle on here so that you can see. I'll turn this to the side here in just a second, but all I want you to do is just create some energy on your rebounder. If you don't have, I want you to do this until I tell you not to. If you don't have a rebounder and you want to bounce from your living room, okay, we can bounce with it, right? We can bounce with it. We don't have to be able to leave the ground, but we can get those muscles to want more in a bouncing idea until we can actually create it, okay? So bounce, nice and slow. Feet are not leaving the surface. Feet are staying put on the surface, so not getting any air time yet, okay? But we're just bouncing just a little bit. Good. I'm gonna set my timer in front of me so I can actually see the countdown, because having a timer is quite handy in knowing kind of how many seconds have depleted. So we're gonna switch this up about every 30 seconds. So right here, we're gonna step touch, and you wanna make sure that you're staying in the center of your mat, your jump mat, okay? And if you don't have a rebounder, no problem, take it to the ground. We went from bounce to actually stepping to the side, okay? So again, you can do all this at home, whether you got a rebounder or not. Let's play together, okay? So stepping side to side. Good. Yeah. And then go figure. My screensaver's on, so it won't keep my time going. There we go. Give me 1 second here. Keep going. I want you to keep doing what you're doing. I got to take my screensaver off because it's in low battery mode, so it won't stay on. There we go. Okay, now we're back. Okay, now from step to touch, now we're going to go back to basic bounce. Okay, basic bounce. All right, now we're going to go hands in the air. Okay, so you're going to hold on, hands in the air for 2. So you're comfortable. Want to make sure that you're comfortable. Okay, and if you're comfortable with this, we actually can get into the formation of a little bit of punching. Okay, if you're not comfortable with this yet, just continue to bounce because there's nothing wrong with bouncing. We're still restructuring, reshaping that tissue. It's a beautiful thing. We're detoxing. Lymphatic system is starting to upregulate, eliminating the junk in our limbs that's keeping us from thriving, allowing our second heart, which is your calf muscle, to develop and get stronger and bigger. Good. Good. Okay, now hold on to that rebounder. Now give me some air time, just a little bit. Just get those feet off the ground, just a little bit. If you don't have a rebounder, we went from this right here, okay, to this right here. Just picking those knees up is what I want you to do. Just pick those knees up while we're bouncing and getting some air time. Okay, so bouncing, air time. If you want to add the punch, you can add the punch. Okay, boom, boom, shake, all. Makes you feel nice and good. Good. Now, if you don't want to release that handle, that's okay. Now, what happens after we've gone through a little bit of a kickboxing warm-up? Well, now we got to do our boxer jumps. Okay, so this is what we're doing on the ground. If you want your body to leave, if you don't, then you're stepping side and you're picking up those knees. Okay, picking up those knees. Otherwise, give me some boxer jumps. You can hold on, feel safe, but boxer jumps. Waiting for it, waiting for it. Here's one. You're gonna grab the handle with one hand, speed bag with the other, okay? What does that mean? Speed bag, you're drawing circles with your fist. So around and around and around. So around, round, and around. So speed bag, as quickly as you can. Going high and low if you really want to, okay? So, side to side, speed bag one side. Put that hand back down, still working on those boxer jumps. Speed bag, other side. You pick whichever side you like better, okay? If you want to pretend like you're truly in a self-defense class, put that other hand up by your face, which requires more balance, more neurosensory, and coordination, keeping it all going at the same time. Okay, we're gonna take it from here. Heart rate is way up right now. I'm breathing heavy. So we're gonna hold back on. We're gonna bring that bounce back down. We're gonna go high, low, okay? So we're still on the rebounder, but I want you to aim for a pad here, aim for a pad here. So boom, 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 okay? So we're gonna go high, low, okay? High, low, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're switching sides. High, low. Okay? And it does take a little bit of coordination to get used to this. Okay? But we're going to have fun with it. High, low, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's boxer jump it. Now we're side to side. Okay? Now, what I want you to get used to, if you have already done some of this standing on the ground, now we're going to bring those knees up. If you want to hold on to your handles, hold on to the handles. If you're worried about running into the handle, here's what you do. You turn the rebounder sideways, and you hold the handle this way, so we're up and down. Okay? And if you don't want to hold on, and you want to add a little bit of energy, then you can add a little bit of energy of bringing those knees up high. And if you can't touch up high, then here's what you're doing. You're doing a step tap in front. tap it, right here. So that you feel you have a lot of options. You can do this in a seated position as well. Just get those legs moving, whether you're able to get out of the chair or not. Okay, so we bounce. Little boxer jump here, side to side. Okay. Jab. Back and forth. Good. And again, if you don't feel confident, just jab with one hand. If you don't feel confident moving those legs, just punch right through the screen at me. Just punch it. Punch it. Good. Let's switch hands. Punch it. Punch it. Okay. If you want to hold on. You can still hold on and punch. Okay. You got this. Nice work. All right. Now, here's where we're going to add some weights in. So grab your weights. Okay. First, we started with a little bounce. So just bouncing in place. Okay. And just adding the weights, especially adding a weighted vest, is going to increase your cardiovascular output, which is going to generate more metabolism, more calories, going to make you sweat more. That means the body is getting stronger, okay? So we're just bouncing. Weights are right here in front of you. Don't hit your face by accident. And if you don't feel safe with holding weights and bouncing, just stay stable and just hold your weights, okay? Just get comfortable with that first. Then step tap, okay? And what we're going to do on this one, since we've understood bounce, now we're step tapping, okay? We're going to step and punch, and we'll slow this way down. Step and punch, step back to center, step back to center, step it back to center, step it, center. So we're taking it a little slower. Okay, now from here, bounce nice and easy, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Just getting comfortable. Up and down, up and down. Good. Now if we want to speed this up, then it's up, up, up. So it's as you feel safe, as you feel comfortable. Good. A lot of bounce goes a long way. Little bounce goes a little way. Little bounce goes a long way. Smooth is slow and slow is fast, I think is the way it's all put together, however you want to look at it. Okay, bringing it back to center from here. We're going to bring the weight out here in front, back to center. Bring out the weight back to front and center. So assuming I'm in your way, jab right through the screen, bring it back. Jab, bring it back. Jab, bring it back. Jab, bring it back. Let's have some fun with this. Okay, jab it. Jab it. I'm bouncing. Nothing's leaving the ground. Jabbing it across. Good. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching sides. There we go. Get comfortable with that. If you just want to jab on one side without bouncing. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, keep going, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, finish strong, nice work. All right, put those weights on back down. That wasn't so hard. Second 10-minute express workout, out of here. Boom, give yourself a little pat on the back, little pat on the booty. Life is good. Okay. Now, for those of you who wanted to take that up to a notch, let's go back and have some fun. So now we're going to make this more lower body, okay? We can bring some high knees and some abs. If you want to throw in some jabs, let me show you how it goes. Jab, jab, knee up, jab, jab, knee up, knee up. That's one way you can do it. If you're wanting to get working on this stuff, knee, cross, cross, knee, cross, cross, which requires balance, by the way. Knee up, cross across, knee up, going back to where you came from, cross, cross, knee, cross, knee, across. You get what I'm saying? And you can slow that way down if you need to. It's okay. Let's go our final 10 minutes. 5 of that is going to be bounce time, switching it up, bringing the knees in, maybe throwing a little kick in, and then abs in. And then the second 5 minutes that we're going to do, we're going to be squeezing that squishy ball, getting these super abs and our pelvic floor more in tune and firing with us, because that's what we need. Okay, so here we go. This is weight-free. So if we're starting on the ground, we're bouncing, knee, bounce, knee, bounce, knee, bounce. And if you want to alternate, bounce, bounce, knee, bounce, bounce, knee. That's how it's gonna go, okay? So we're bouncing, knee, knee. And if I want to get a little bit more fun, we can add a little bit of energy, but just make sure that you feel safe on your rebounder. Good. Let's other side right here. Knee, bounce, bounce, knee, bounce, bounce. And if you can't keep my rhythm, make up your own. That's what makes this working out so fun. You get to make it up as you go. Good. One more right here. Now watch right here. Knee, cross, knee, cross, knee, take it across, knee, take it across. Boom, boom. If you want to jab in between, punch right through the screen, creating that extra dopamine of protecting yourself. Nobody wants to fight, but at least you know how to protect yourself, right? Okay, so let's pretend we need to hold on. That's okay, okay? Knee, knee, jab, 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 knee, punch, 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 knee, punch, punch, punch. Grab, 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 grab. Okay, how do we do the other side? Well, we do just that. It's so light, we can flip around that just that fast, okay? So now we're gonna go knee, jab, knee, knee, cross, cross, knee, cross, cross. Good. Grab and toss. Grab, grab. Okay, that way you feel safe on your rebounder. Otherwise, bring it. Good, now how do we combine all this together? Let's do 4. Here's 3, 2, last one right here. Now from here, knee, bounce, bounce, knee, bounce, bounce, knee. Or we can go a little faster. So knee, cross, cross, knee, cross, cross. Good. Throw those punches in between. Grab where you need to grab. Feel safe. That's the most important thing. Most importantly, keeping your weight nice and centered, okay? Woo! Heart rate is up. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yeah. That's a good thing. Good. Now, let's just get back to our boxer jumps here. Nice and easy. Pull my britches back up. Good. All right, from here to the front, bounce, bounce, front, bounce, bounce, front. Good. Good. Now, if you're on the ground, it is tap, step, step, tap, step, step, shift, tap, step, step, shift. Okay, get my drift? Step, and then in front, or you can kick, okay? So, step, kick, step, kick. Notice I'm holding on the same hand in order to do both sides. So much fun. Now, when you kick, make sure that you are remaining in control. You don't want to kick your foot through the screen and hyperextend your knee. That's not a good feeling. So if you just need to step it out in front, boom, shut the door. Boom, shut the door. Boom, shut the door. You get what I'm saying? Yes. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one right here. Boom, through the room. All right, nice work. All right, we've got 5 minutes left. Grab your squishy ball. It is squishy time. Time to feel those muscles in between those legs like, oh, like nice and tight. Okay. I want you to put that ball wherever you feel like you got control over it. We're gonna squeeze that ball like we're gonna pop it, bounce and squeeze. I know, right? Multitasking, back to neuroplasticity. Bounce with me here. Squeeze, out, squeeze in, out, squeeze in. Now here's the kicker. We don't want to lose the ball. So you gotta keep grip on that ball even when you take your feet out. So what does that mean? If you can't bounce it and jack it, like jumping jacks, that's okay. We're gonna step, squeeze with a little bounce. Step, squeeze, step, squeeze. So if I'm trying to grip through that screen, taking your ball away and bringing it into my world, you shouldn't be able to let me have your ball, no matter where you're at. Step and squeeze, step and squeeze. Good. Now from here, we're gonna have a little bit of a seat. You can bring that ball a little further out so it's not up here, but going down more towards the knees. So we're going to use the handle for a helper. And if you don't have a rebounder, do this on the floor, holding onto the back of your couch. But we're going to squeeze that ball. We're gonna sit back and we're gonna pulse it 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stand tall. Okay, so look like this. Have a seat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stand tall. Whew, I'm a sweaty mess. This is working wonders. Have a seat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Now remember what I taught you before. When you have a seat and when you squeeze, you should not be gripping through your neck. You should not feel your neck muscles bulge. So make sure that you're squeezing and breathing from down low. Let's hold this for a second. And when we breathe in, tummy gets big, blow out, tummy gets small. So I'm gonna do this up close so you can see it. Okay, we have a seat, breathe in, blow out. Breathe in, blow out. Nothing happening up here, all happening right here in your tummy, okay? So try and figure that out. Might not be today that you get it, but hey, it's better than doing nothing. So sit and have a seat, squeeze and pulse, continuing to breathe. Don't outthink it. If you're huffing and you're puffing, I can't catch my breath, then you're using the wrong system. Nice stand tall, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Oh, it's a burning on fire. Getting that leg strength, getting those hips working. It's a beautiful thing. Now bounce, drop it like it's hot. Good. Bounce, drop it like it's hot, and squeeze. Bounce it, drop and squeeze. Drop and squeeze. Can't get rid of that ball. Boom and hold. Good. Now, how your feet position is all up to you. You just don't want those knees to crash to the inside. That's why the ball is there to protect you. So if you want to take that ball, bigger challenge, take the ball closer to your knees, further away from your body. Jump, jump, and drop and squeeze. Jump, drop and squeeze. Woo, there it is. Feeling that in the booty. Drop and squeeze. Jump it out. You got it. Almost home. Good. Now, don't want to leave the trampoline. That's okay. Bounce and squeeze. Tight. Bounce. Squeeze it tight. Again, aim for your booty to be sitting back on the toilet. Nice job. Good. Okay, last but not least, let's do a little bit of a jump jack. Okay, I'm going to show you how to modify this. We're going to, if you want to use the ball to make this a little more challenging, you can. We're using our legs, jump out, jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out, jump in. If you don't want to use your legs at the same time, then tap, tap, tap it out. So we're just moving one leg at a time. Jack, jack. If you want to mix it up a little bit, we can go jack, jack, bounce it out. Tap it out, jack about. There we go. Let's finish strong. Here we go. Okay. Bounce, bounce, tap it out. So we're tapping, get that backwards. Jack it out. Good. Keep going. I'm not gonna fall short on you now. We're gonna finish the sequence out. So jack, you can use those arms to squeeze that ball if you want to. Just get those arms moving in a jumping jack formation. Don't feel comfortable doing that, then just move your legs. Lots of opportunities here. You just gotta pick what makes you happy. If it doesn't make you happy on this journey, it's not worth the journey. You gotta have fun with your wellness and your fitness. That's why I love being here with all of you today, because I love helping all of you. That's what makes me happy. Good, okay. Tap, tap, bounce it out. Tap, tap, bounce it out. Yeah, and if you don't want to go completely overhead, you don't have to. Keep it below the shoulders if you want to. Good. Tap, tap. Now drop squat. Tap, tap, drop and squat. Good. One more time. Boom. Nice work. Wow. So I'm really sweaty, glowing like a lighthouse for all of you today. I love it when we get sweaty together. Makes me very, very happy. We did not do a whole lot of arms, and that's okay. We used our dumbbells. We used the kettlebell so that we could keep things flowing. Now, I want you to move those hips around like a hula hoop, and I want you to tell me how you might feel different. Do we feel looser? Do we feel like we have a lot of good energy? If you feel great and you're like looking forward to like going out the door and conquering the world, awesome. If you're feeling like you just got a great workout and like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to get in the shower, cannot wait to sit down, wonderful job, super proud of you. And if you're doing this because you're just trying to increase that second heart pumping, to get restless leg syndromes out of there, to get lymph out of there, to get all the tangles and get them restructuring onto the right track. So come back, repeat this again and again and again, because it's all about getting this firing. That is the second heart that's pumping up the stream back to where it belongs. So thank you all for joining me today. That was 3 10-minute express bundled into one long, awesome moment shared with you today on this September 11th. And I want to say thank you for giving me the purpose and the opportunity to be with all of you. God has given us all great gifts. And one of the great gifts that I have is recovering from multiple spinal injuries. I've had multiple head injuries and have learned the hard way how to age better as the years go forward. And at 47, I truly feel like I'm living my best life right now by doing less and just being smarter about my routines. It's taken me a lot of trial and error and a lot of research and a lot of continuing education, thousands of dollars of meeting with the absolute best in the world to becoming the best in the world for all of you. So thank you for allowing me to use my God's greatest gifts, not only in educating and being able to effectively communicate with all of you, but truly having passion and having fun knowing that I get to make a difference in just one of you today by being here through your screen. So this is what I live for every single day. That's what God tells me to do, is to truly lead with intentional purpose of changing just one life for the better each and every day. And Lifepro gives me the opportunity to do that through all of you. So thank you for allowing us to come into your homes and into your gyms and leading the way in the most world-class cutting-edge research. Everything we do is evidence-based, so you're getting the absolute best and you're getting it way ahead of the curve. Your community might not be on board yet for another 5 years or so. That is very common. So we're bringing you everything fresh and proven to you now, so you don't have to wait for your community to come around at your time. So thanks for being here today, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week or the next day, might be tomorrow that you come back and watch another video, but we are going to continue this Aging Younger series because I love being able to make a difference with all of us that are aging to perfection in the way that we are able to maximize ourselves while providing the optimal environment for our body to continue to work truly at optimal levels without us going into more and more stress. We already have enough stress, so we don't want to cause more stress. We just want to cause transformation. So here's to transformation, here's to a better you, and here's to aging younger as the years go on. Have a great day, guys.